You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan. Thank you all for joining. If you've already thrown a like, put a Y in the chat. I got a whole bunch of Ys coming in. Whenever we get over 150 likes, I'm always going to share a trade with you. And we've been getting over 150 likes, so we keep those trades going. Today is an unbelievably important topic. We're going to talk about probabilistic thinking. When I learned this, I swear it changed my approach to trading. Okay, without a doubt, it was one of the biggest things that I learned in trading, and it really helped me to settle down. And we like to call it thinking like a casino, because casinos think in probabilistic terms. Casinos don't care if they lose money 1 hour for a blackjack table, because they know if that sucker keeps on playing, the odds are in their favor. That's probabilistic thinking. It's you understanding that when you do research and when you have an idea, that idea has a certain probability of outcome. Then you can look in the options market or the stock market and see if you can get a better return on that potential outcome. So this is an unbelievably important topic. I know everybody wants the next trade idea, the next way to double their money, but this is what you need to learn. This is what we talk about quite a bit in Discord. And when I often say I need traders to drink the Kool-Aid, a big part of it is probabilistic thinking. It's thinking that no one trade is better than any other trade. So I'm going to get into that. I have the chat. Dude, I love all the Ys. Thank you. The Ys mean thumbs up. We get 150 likes, which is going to be easy for us today. We get a free trade tomorrow. So let's go to the screen. Really excited to share this topic with you guys. I got to tell you, it's one of the most important lessons that I've learned in my 30 years of professional trading. So thinking in bets, okay? Think like a casino. Casinos are big and beautiful because they make a whole bunch of money, okay? Thinking in bets, embracing uncertainty, and probabilistic thinking. So here we go. Binary is one or the other. I'll often say when we get into a trade, do we really want that? It's just binary. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. Probabilistic thinking, looking at the weather, 70% chance of rain. You go and you wear a jacket. You get prepared. You're playing the probabilities. This we have to do in trading. I'm going to explain exactly how that works in trading. Stop trying to be right. Start thinking in probabilities. I see this in Discord all the time when people are looking for unusual options activity. They want to be right. They want to understand the trade. You're not always going to be right, okay? Stop trying to be right. Start to do things consistently over time. Here's an example of probabilistic thinking. Right now, US-China tariff agreement has a 94% probability on Polymarket. This is just on Polymarket. So what are we doing? This week, Monday, we're buying Chinese solar names. Why? Because there's a 94% chance that there's a US tariff agreement. Chinese solar names got hit before tariffs, and now Chinese solar names are rallying. Here's an exact JKS. Why did we get into this trade? We got into this because the poly market odds are 94%. There is going to be a deal announced soon. JKS and other China names will follow. Does that make sense? It's not a binary bet. I could be wrong. 94%, they come up with a deal. If they don't get a deal, I'm probably going to lose on this JKS bet. But it's the probabilistic thinking that we really need. Rick shared this in our Discord. I want to read this. Rick has been with me for 5 years, and this really kind of kicked off this probabilistic thinking topic. So yesterday we had a really, really big trade in QRVO. Sadly, Rick missed it. But among the things I've learned here over the years is that another trade will come. I'm not here for just that one single killer trade, but for the education, the reminders about patience, about not listening to fear of missing out, about the discipline to not chase a trade and rather focus on the most important thing, managing my account. Thanks, Jonathan. In addition to great trading education, you help us develop confidence, which will ultimately bring a bit of peace in this crazy trading world. So Rick, thank you so much for sharing this, but this really comes down to the heart of probabilistic thinking. I replied, I used to beat myself up every trade I missed. I would chase, guys. I would overthink and tell myself, this one has to work. Then I learned to think like a casino. Now, every trade is a data point. It's not do I love or do I hate. It's binary. It either fits into a plan or it doesn't. That mindset has brought me so much peace and profits than anything else that I've learned. Okay? It is unbelievably important. I have a bunch more slides. I love this topic. It is so freaking important. So a trade is just a trade. No better than any other. Treat them all the same. Stop having your favorites. You'll have 10 trades and you'll be like, oh, but I really like this one. I don't like this one as much. They're just bets. You're not going to be right. You're just trying to make good bets over time. Every trade has a probability. You can't know the results. You can only know the odds. Your job is to make good bets over time. A good trade, we call a good trade in our Discord. Write it down. Write the reasons why you're in a trade. Write 3 reasons why you're in a trade. If that trade goes against you, go back and look at those 3 reasons. Did they change it all? If not, add more. The market's doing you a favor. Tranche in. Tranche just means go in, add, get in there with more inventory with another piece. Bad trade? Bad trade. Some guru told you about a breakout, so you just go and follow them. That doesn't work. You can't just bet on someone else's call. You need that confidence when it goes against you. Okay? Again, make bets, not predictions. Predictions make you want to be right. Bets make you want to be profitable. I'm betting that volatility expands, not I know volatility will expand. It's just probabilities. Okay? Important. Consider multiple scenarios. Don't get stuck in it has to go up. Ask, what if I'm wrong? What can you do? What if I got in early? Are you going to stick with the trade? What if nothing happens? Are you prepared for that? And then finally, plan your exit and position size around these scenarios. No trade is certain. Every single trade has risk. Even your best setups lose sometime. It's not failure, it's just variance. Your edge shows up over time. Okay? Your edge. I'm going to show you why I have edge, guys. I'm going to show you how I have edge and what that means to have edge. The goal is to stay in the game long enough for your edge to work. It's really a survival type game. So let me do a summary, but then I'm going to explain to you why I have edge and why people who follow my trades have edge. So probabilistic thinking, every trade is just a bet. It's not a guarantee. I saw this in our Discord. We had a ticker symbol donut, D-N-U-T, started to go against. Somebody in Discord said, why is donut going against us? I don't know. Supply and demand. We can only control what we can control. We get into a trade because it fits our reasons. If the market goes against us, what are we going to do? That's life in the big city. You can't get down on that. You put yourself in position to succeed. Know your risk reward before you get in the market. Focus on the process, not about being right. Sometimes the stock market is an awful judge. And what I mean is if my freshman at Ohio State, my 19-year-old, gets in and buys Palantir and it goes up, he might think he's smart. He might think he was right, but he got lucky. There wasn't a routine or a system that allowed him to find that trade. Consider alternatives, use data, embrace uncertainty. It is absolutely part of the game. So now, here's why I have edge. Here's why I have edge. Here's our advanced notice program. These are all of our closed trades. Our closed trades have a 53% winning percentage, an average gain of 100%. I know that when I share a trade, I know what my data is. I just need to keep finding awesome opportunity. For anybody who would like to try the service, investorplace.com/challenge. This is our unusual option activity. Our divergence trader, I run 4 portfolios. Our divergence trader has a 68% winning percentage. Average gain, 22%. Average days held, 71. I don't rush to find these trades. I wait. When they present, I'm going to get in those trades because I know what my data says. That's advanced notice. That's divergence. We have an earnings program. We trade during earnings. Our earnings trades, 67%. Average days held, 32. Average grain per position, 34. I know that when I do the work and when I find earnings trades that fit in with our earnings system, I want to do those trades all day long. Sometimes it's frustrating that I can't find those trades, but I'm not going to push into other trades. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient because I know my data supports probabilistic thinking. And then finally, our all access community gets access to every single portfolio. We have a 77% winning percentage, 83% average gain, 60 days held. Again, I know that when I find trades, I have the data that supports them. What I do say in my Discord to everybody, trade less, hold things longer, and wait until JR comes and shares a trade. Every time we share a trade, there's going to be a full explanation why we're in that trade. As long as they still hold true, we want to stay in the trade. If things change, potentially we may want to cover. Okay? That's what I got for you today. Probabilistic thinking. It's not the sexiest topic, but let me tell you guys, it is by far one of the most important topics. Not going to be covering too many questions today. I got to hop off for our all access. I encourage you, investorplace.com/challenge 2025. There are good things happening and good high probability trades that allow you to think like a casino. If you guys have any questions, guys, reach out to Chris Water. He just shared his contact information, contact@Masters in Trading for everybody in all access. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks. Hey, all access, what's up? Oh no.